going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now,
Jimothy.
So ladies and gents, we are back with another video, and I actually made it to locals today, which was Saturday the 11th, I believe, and boy oh boy was it a bit of an eye-opener. Now, we were still playing the previous format, aka the tier 0 tier elements format, but I managed to play against Kashtira, which is the focus of today's video. Now, I played against Kashtira, and I'll be honest with you, ladies and gents, like, a lot of people were complaining about the previous format with all the Shizu shenanigans, as well as tier elements basically telling you that you can't play, but at least you had cards to play with. The Kashtira deck does so much more. Now, I wasn't kitted out to address the deck specifically, and I do think the deck is very easily dealt with via a few power spells, basically, because their typical turn 1 combo can lock out 3 zones. They can actually go for more zones on their turn 1, but that requires a very specific hand. So the guy that I played against, he consistently blocked out 3 of my monster zones, which was not very nice, to be honest, as well as playing cards like Lava Golem and that kind of stuff, because they don't realistically need their normal summon. So I don't know, going unchecked, very much like Fluendaries, there can be a very big problem, and I can imagine that tier elements aren't going to be able to play it against Kashtira going second, basically, just because of the macro cosmos effect, just shutting down all the tier elements plays. Now, the deck is weak to power spells: Book of Eclipse, Book of Moon, Book of Lunar Eclipse, Swords of Concealing Light, Dark Ruler No More, sometimes even like a Raigeki. Like, there's a lot of things that can literally interrupt the board, but going unchecked, ladies and gents, they can literally stop you from playing the game, whether it be locking out your spell and trap card zones, locking out your monster zones, or actually just milling a lot of your side deck combo pieces straight from the main deck. And I don't know, obviously people haven't played against the deck yet, and we're going to be seeing this a lot in like regionals, YCSs and that kind of thing, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much people are going to be able to kind of like deal with a lot of their cards being banished. Basically, you do need to take your deck out, and even if you do, there's still a chance that you might not be able to play because some of your combo pieces are just gone, literally just gone. Now, what I've learned is anything that can give the tier element deck a monster is a very good call for the upcoming format. So Plunder Patrol be my best deck. I know I'm a little bit biased, but literally Plunder Patrol, it can give tier elements a token, which will just stop them from playing completely, because they can't play with some kind of like body on field, basically. So that is one. Branded Despia is another one. Obviously you can just give them the raw lock, and that is just horrible. Like, literally they can't summon a thing, and you can just proceed to just kind of like just end their whole career, so they can't do anything with the raw lock on. But any deck that doesn't give them a token, and if you do not draw any of your power spells, hand traps are a waste of time. They do very little to like mitigate them, and I thought we was going to come back into a hand trap type meta, but I think there's only like 1 or 2 very viable hand traps. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring Green 1, because it's a straight counter to Book of Eclipse, which will probably be a little bit more popular, and obviously Nibiru was a hand trap. But I'll be honest, I played against the guy at locals, and he had triple tactics thrusting, which was so horrible. It's just like, I felt my heart just drop when he actually activated it, because literally he can do so much without actually just like playing any spells, and then to just go into the triple tactic thrust at the end of a combo and get like a triple tactics talent for a draw 2, just infinite imperm, just anything. Literally, you can literally get any card. So I'll be honest, Nibiru might be a little bit of hit and miss, just because thrust is now in the format, and I'm going to do another separate video about thrust. But all I'm going to say, ladies and gents, is just start decking teching your decks out. So Lanciers will stop your opponent playing. Anything that gives your opponent a monster, Lost World for example, will give your opponent a token, so they're literally stuck with that. Chaos Hunter, that is another one, very big one. Obviously all the power spells that I mentioned previously, Lunar Eclipse, Book of Eclipse, Book of Moon, anything that can just kind of like shut off a deck, and as well as back row removal, and I think that's probably one of the biggest one. So when I was playing Punk Kashtira myself. The back row removal is essential, because essentially that's what's allowing the deck to just grind the way that it does. So getting rid of the Kashtira birth, the field spell, as well as the continuous trap is just so essential. You don't understand, ladies and gents, because those are the cards which just keep bringing back the Kashtira monsters and applying pressure. So if you clear those as well as like book their field, you're in a good stead. So definitely something to think about. But anyway, ladies and gents, that is the end of another video. If you think there's anything that I've missed, definitely get at me. Like I said, these are just my initial thoughts of what I've kind of like experienced firsthand from playing against Kashtira. But I will obviously do another video going forward, just once I've had a little bit more interaction with the deck, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not looking forward to it. But we find ourselves at the end of another video. If you do like this content, you know what to do by now. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, all of that beautiful good stuff, and I would definitely see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.